Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I wanted to go through all of my Veiny Hoyas in my collection. So I have quite a few since my last video, which I did maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. And yeah, I've got some new plants here and I just wanted to show you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. And yeah, let's just jump right into today's video. So I have quite a few Hoyas that I need to get through today, so I'm trying to do it a little bit quicker. We'll see how that goes. A lot of these are repeats, but there are quite a few that are new as well. So we'll start off in no particular order. I like all the Veiny Hoyas because they're Veiny Hoyas and literally nothing bad to say about them. Each of these plants have a little bit different type of veining and it makes them unique, makes them cool. I really like them. So first off, we'll start off with my Hoya VITELLINOIDES. So this guy, I chopped off 3 leaves for a trade and honestly I'm really happy with the trade, so I'm not mad about it. But yeah, it's a lot smaller. Don't hate me for it, but this is the VITELLINOIDES. It's a very big leaf, light green Veiny Hoya, and just really stunning. The leaves are really thick and succulent, honestly like almost a carry, but not quite there yet. And yeah, the veining is very like striking and just contrasting, which is really cool. And I think most people really enjoy this Hoya if they're into Veiny Hoyas. This one even has some splashing on it. It's very discreet though. Maybe with the newer leaves, or if you give it bright enough light, it'll get really splashy. But for now, I think it's doing pretty well. And yeah, this one is the VITELLINOIDES. #1 favorite Hoya, honestly, so that's why I decided to talk about it first. But the rest, no particular order. Next one, I really like this Hoya because it's both veiny and fuzzy, so literally best of both worlds, and it's the Hoya globulosa. So this is very great and just amazing. The more light you give it, the lighter the leaves go. So as you can see, the older leaves were grown in pretty dark conditions according to my friend, because I got this through a trade. And yeah, there's a big difference between this dark leaf and this light leaf that grew in my care, because it's under my grow lights and it gets really strong light, and just like for maybe 12 hours a day, 12 to 14 hours, I can't really remember. But yeah, this one gets a lot of light now, and it's grown 2 leaves in my care. This one is pretty much hardened off now, but this little baby one is still trying to like kind of grow. Yeah, it's right over here. This tiny little baby, it gets bigger every single day, but it's very slow. I would say like that leaf came out maybe like months ago and it's still trying to get bigger by the day. But I really like this Hoya mainly because of the fuzzy backs. The front is veiny and smooth, but the back is fuzzy. So it's really hard to tell on camera, but you can also see the veining at the back as well. Very cool Hoya. Really like this one as well. I like all of them. I'm just gonna keep repeating myself, honestly. So I do apologize if I get annoying. Next up is one of my newer plants, and this is my Hoya MERRILLII. So this is also a Veiny Hoya, and it has 2 new leaves growing, so I can't wait to see how the new leaves will look like. But the older leaves are kind of like a little bit veiny and a little bit kind of like a dark green. Also very hard and succulent like in terms of the texture of the leaves and the firmness. But yeah, there's like a little weird mark there, but honestly I think that's just cosmetic damage. And yeah, the new leaves are really hard to tell because it's really close to the soil right now and it's not big enough for me to really show on camera. But just trust me, there's 2 new leaves growing. Very excited. This one, Hoya MERRILLII. Not much else to say about that because it's fairly new. I don't really have many things to say. But this little baby is the next one, which is the 4th Hoya. And it is the Hoya ELLIPTICA. So the turtle shell Hoya, very striking. I love how the veining is kind of like a creamish white color against the green leaves. It makes it very much like standing out and just looks like a turtle shell, which is so cool. And I recently just gave it a little shower. I really like the look of wet Hoya leaves. It makes it look really just like fresh. I don't know if that makes sense, but I really like this Hoya as well. All of these are pretty much grown in leca, so semi-hydro, except for the new one, which was the Hoya MERRILLII. That one is currently still in soil and I don't really know what to do about it yet. Not sure if I want to transfer it, but I want to wait till the new leaves grow out. I haven't shown you guys this one in a while, but this one is also a Veiny Hoya and it is a Hoya POLYNEURA. So this is the fishtail Hoya. Honestly, looking a lot better now that it's starting to trail and look really kind of elegant if you know what I mean. So yeah, also has some very stunning veining. The leaves are getting a little bit bigger and fatter compared to the old leaves, which were really skinny and just scraggly looking, just not cute. But it's getting a little bit better. As you can see with this particular like stem, it's like trailing. Like, look at that, it's actually draping over the pot. Very cool. And this one is a thin-leaved Hoya, but also veiny. So if you're into that, you might really enjoy the Hoya POLYNEURA. It is a little bit of the more uncommon side because of the price tag. Some people's POLYNEURA looks amazing, but mine's definitely not one of them. It's kind of slowly getting there, getting a glow up, but for now it's still meh, not bad. Next up is one of the newer Hoyas. I don't think I showed this one in my last one, which is the Hoya LATIFOLIA, and this is the dinner plate Hoya. So very big leaves. It's kind of very flat, literally the size of my palm. This is the new leaf that grew, a little bit wonky, a little curly, but nice and dark. Like, look how much darker this leaf is compared to this leaf. I really like the dark look. I don't know what it is about it, but dark leaves with strong veining is like my absolute favorite. And yeah, this one is currently in my cute little cat pot that I decided to keep for myself instead of selling this one. And I think it fits really well with the LATIFOLIA, so yeah, really cute. It has 3 little cats here, and it's just one of my handmade planters. If you guys haven't checked out my Etsy, it is linked down below. It has some of my handmade pottery and ceramics, so I hope you guys would check it out. There's not really much going on right now. There's only 2 pots left as of right now before this video goes up, but I will do a restock soon, so keep an eye out. Next up is also another Hoya that I didn't show in my last one because this is also fairly new, and it is the Hoya FITCHII. So this is a very stunning Hoya. It's more of a kind of like light green foliage with the veining, but this one can sunstress really red and really just amazing. I don't know why mine's not sunstressed yet, but like I literally blasted with grow lights, so it really should be like a red color. But I guess, you know, maybe it needs more light, or maybe it needs more time in my care. But yeah, it has 3 little baby leaves. It grew 1 leaf, and it's in the process of pushing out 2 more leaves. So very excited about this one. Really wanted this Hoya for a long time. It was on my wish list, and I can't believe I finally found it. It was a little bit expensive, but you know, sometimes you just gotta treat yourself. We're down to, oh my god, still 6 Hoyas. So there's quite a few in this video, so I hope you guys will appreciate the long video. This one is the Hoya CALLISTOPHYLLA. So this one was growing in pon, and I only recently transferred it to pon, and since I did that, there's like 4 leaves growing out. I mean, they're very tiny, and it's really hard to show you, so I probably won't try to like show the camera, but once it actually grows out, you best believe I will be doing an update, because this one came back from the dead twice. I've rotted it in soil, I've rotted it in leca, I've rotted it like just so many times, and it seems to be finally okay after I rooted it in moss and then transferred it to pon. So yeah, this Hoya CALLISTOPHYLLA has been on a journey, and it's bounced back. And it's the short-leaf CALLISTOPHYLLA, which I really like. And I got this about a year ago, I think, almost a year ago, maybe 9 to 12 months. And it grew 1 leaf and lost the leaf, so it literally is at square one. Next up, this one is not as veiny. The older leaves are veiny, but the newer leaves are not as veiny. But I will still include it in this video, and it is the Hoya FINLAYSONII''SPLASH. So not the regular FINLAYSONII, but the splash one. And there's so many different FINLAYSONIIs out there, so it's a little bit confusing, but this is my FINLAYSONII, and currently it's not very veiny. I don't know why. Although it's called splash, I understand that, but the old leaves are veiny. Like, this is an old leaf. You see how there's veining on there? But the new leaves are just very splashy. Like, that's a new leaf. Very confused, but that's okay. There's actually a new leaf. Be visible on camera. So that's the new leaf. Very cute. It's still a little purpley color, and it's trying to grow bigger every single day. Currently, this is one of my slower growing Hoyas. I'm not even mad about it because like it doesn't really do much for me and I don't love it that much. I don't really know why I got 2 of them, but I have 2 growing up this moss pole right now. Next one is one of my favorites because, like the GLOBULOSA, this is a fuzzy and a Veiny Hoya, and it is the Hoya FUNGII. So very big plant, just look at it. It's just humongous right now. It has the most beautiful splashing fuzziness and veination. So as you can see from the front, you could definitely tell that it's splashy. The backs are the fuzzy parts, and you can see more of the veining through the back side of the leaves and when new leaves are coming out. So these two are really like kind of brand new fresh leaves. That's why they're a lighter color, but they're still a little bit flimsy, and I don't like to touch Hoya leaves too much when they're growing because you never know, you could damage them, and that makes me really sad. But yeah, Veiny Hoya number I don't even know because there's been so many. We're down to the last 3. So this one is the Hoya Viola, which I also don't think was included in my last video for Veiny Hoyas because it is sort of new, not too new, but new-ish. Yeah, this is the Viola. Look at that new leaf with that sunburn. Like, that's not even sun stress, it's just straight up damage. But the older leaves are looking fine. And it's just kind of like a rounded tip, which is kind of cool. And it has slight veination, a little bit thinner than some of my other Hoyas, but still not too flimsy. So I still really like it. And yeah, this one is finally putting out a new leaf for me, and I'm really happy, although there is quite a long tendril here, so it's kind of a bit leggy. Kind of cool, kind of cool. Okay, next up is my Hoya HAINANENSIS DANANG Vietnam. Very long name, and it is a super cool Hoya. It's doing really well in my care now. I think last time I showed it, it was probably half the size. It's grown a lot of new leaves. Like, it literally just exploded once it started to root well in LECA, and it's huge now. The leaves are really veiny and just absolutely stunning. They grow kind of in clusters too, so it's not as like sporadic as some of the other Hoyas. The front and the back of the leaves are very veiny and just beautiful and amazing. I love this Hoya. I love all these Hoyas. And we're down to the very last plant. I feel like I've been talking for like a million hours, and kind of glad that we're almost there. This is the Hoya Sunrise, which is my last plant and also my most sun-stressed plant. I don't know why, but this one seems to sun stress really easily and just looks really beautiful with its veination under grow lights. So the red really comes out when it's sun stressed under grow lights. I don't know about real sunlight. I don't really get a lot of real sunlight, but these grow lights are amazing. And it's turned most of these leaves red. Although the new leaves, I think it takes a little longer for it to sun stress because the newer leaves are still green, as you can see. And maybe over time it'll turn into like this because we want all the leaves to look like that. Very amazing. It's a small leaf Hoya. It's doing great in my care. Loving the LECA Life. Semi-hydro is great. Okay, so that was pretty much all the Hoyas that are veiny in my collection. I've collected quite a few now. I'm probably still missing some because they're either too big or I just kind of forgot about them. Because sometimes I put them in different parts of my house and I just like forget, you know? But these are kind of the majority, if not all, of my Veiny Hoyas. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment down below which one is your favorite Veiny Hoya in your collection. I would love to know. Mine is probably my VITELLINOIDES because that one is amazing and just can't live without it. Number 2 is probably GLOBULOSA because that one's really cool. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.